Hey guys, so today I'm here to do another period review video. It has been a few months since I reviewed a new period product. As I said on my Facebook, I wanted to give my vagina a little bit of a break. She works hard and she's been working overtime this last year, kind of putting new things to the test, and I just felt like she deserved a little bit of a break. So I did go for about 2 months using just my tried and true products. If you missed the video that I did, I think last month or the month before that, I did talk about kind of what I use regularly and what I use on a daily basis and all of that, and what my favorites were and why, and kind of what's in my period arsenal. If you didn't see that video, I will post that below here, that link, but I did do that. So basically, like I said, the last 2 months, I just kind of wanted to go back to what I knew and what was comfortable, just because once you find a product you like, it's kind of hard to want to, like, I don't know, use a product you might not like every single time you have a period, because then it just kind of makes your period not fun. So yeah, so the last 2 months have been kind of nice, but I'm here to share a new product with you guys because this has been a very highly requested cup. So I finally bit the bullet and I ordered them. This month I tested out the Femmy Cycle menstrual cup. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? This is the box that it came in. I actually ordered 2 of them. I ordered the low cervix one and the regular sized one just because I wasn't sure which one would fit me best because it is such a weird and new shape to me. Also, I wanted to give both of them a try just from the standpoint of during my period I tend to go from high to low cervix, that kind of thing. This is what the sizes look like. This is the regular one, or as I fondly call her, Big Bertha, and then this is the lower cervix one. As you can tell, there is a bit of a difference between them. Big Bertha is a little bit wider at the bottom and also a little bit longer, and then also the little hooks right here are a different size. The openings seem to be about the same size, although this opening in here where the funnel is a little bit bigger than this one. Big Bertha obviously holds more liquid as well, but that's what they look like. I also do have a teen size for girls who are just starting their periods, or maybe women who are really, really petite down there, so that's kind of cool. These little things in here, these little funnel type things come in and out. They pop in and out. This is to prevent the fluids from spilling out. Say if you accidentally were pulling it out and suddenly it went like this, it stops the fluid, it gets caught in the rim from spilling out. And then if you drop it on the floor, it's supposed to kind of help too. I will admit, I did drop this on the floor. Some stuff does splatter out, but not everything, which is kind of cool. And then when you're ready to empty it, you pull this out and then you pour out the liquids and then you rinse it out. I will say when you boil these, sterilize them before you use them. Sterilize them with these out because it makes it easier to pour the hot water out, and also gets into all the crevices underneath when it's folded over. But yeah, so that's what they look like. I appreciate you guys so much. A lot of you guys, as I mentioned in that last video, I was like, if there's any products that you guys want to see me review, if you could do me a favor and tag those companies on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and tag me and, let them know that I'm a reviewer and stuff, just because it's hard for me to financially keep up with buying new menstrual products, especially more expensive ones, every single month just for review, especially when I already have stuff that I like and that I use regularly. And these things are not returnable, but I asked you guys to kind of tag me just to see if companies would be interested in sending me stuff. So I appreciate you guys doing that. A lot of you guys actually tagged and tweeted Femmy Cycle, and they did respond to some of you, and they were like, here's a $10 coupon for her. Well, the $10 coupon, I'm just gonna say this, I'm a little bit sour because these cups are actually offered in a set of 2 like this on Amazon for Amazon Prime, which I am a Prime member, for like $50 something, and in other words, they ship free and you get them second day. Well, the $10 coupon that Femmy Cycle so graciously gave me, that when you use it on their regular website at the checkout, basically just covered the shipping and then maybe gave me like $2 or $3 off of the full price. And it took a while for them to ship out to me. So I was really actually sweating bullets because these cups showed up the morning of my period. I actually even wrote in the special notes in the shipping area, I was like, hey, I make YouTube videos and I'm reviewing this product. My period is this date. Can you please just make sure it gets to me by then? And they took their sweet time, I will say. So that was kind of a bummer that I only saved like $2 or $3 with that coupon, and really I could have just ordered them on Amazon Prime and got my shipping free and also second day. But yeah, I will say that the coupon didn't really help much and I would maybe suggest just getting these on Amazon if I were you, just because the peace of mind of getting them shipped sooner for me would have been worth it than to go through the process that I went through. But yeah, I did purchase these with my own money, and like I said, they were like $50 something for 2 of them. I do think that's actually a really good deal because most regular cups by themselves cost anywhere from $25 to $40 something, so I think that's kind of neat that you can buy both for that price. Came in this box, and then in this box actually had this little like snap up holder for them, as you can see, so you can put both of your cups in here when not in use. So I thought that was neat. But let's go ahead and get right into the clips of me trying out this cup. As always, I do show you guys everything. I show you my blood, I show you my discharge, I show you my cervical mucus, I show you everything. So if you are not comfortable with seeing those types of things, is a warning to you. Do not continue watching. Go below this video and click the link that takes you to the end of this video and what my final thoughts and opinions were on this cup and my experience. If I repeat myself to some of you who do watch the upcoming clips and my end, it's only because I am trying to make both information available to those people who want to watch the clips with the blood and those who are skipping to the end. So I may sound repetitive to some of you, but again, it's just to appease those who don't feel comfortable seeing my bodily fluids who skip to the end. So please keep that in mind. I don't need to be reminded over and over again in my comments that I'm a repetitive person. I'm actually a repetitive person in general because I really like to get people to understand my point of view without jumping to conclusions. But yeah, so there you have it. So again, if you don't want to see blood, click the link below and skip to the end. And if you do, well, have fun. Alright guys, so it's first day of period apparently. I'm literally walking with my shorts down at my ankles to the bathroom to get to my camera. So I just went to the bathroom and I've been waiting for my period impatiently just because I've been having the worst PMS this week and I'm just like want it to be over. I wasn't expecting it today. I was kind of thinking it was gonna come tomorrow, but apparently it's coming today. I really should probably download one of those apps and use it like more closely, like the period apps, because I feel like that would probably help me keep track of my period better. But for the most part, I'm literally spot on. This month, as you can see, I'm doing the Femmy cup. And it's funny because I was just sitting there on the toilet taking a poo and I was like looking at the box and was like, oh, you know, I should open this. And I was like, I should just open this and see what they're like. So yeah, I haven't washed them yet. I'm gonna go wash them and sterilize them and all of that. And I was about to go for a run. That's why my hair's all greasy because I haven't showered today because I need to put about 4 miles in for my half marathon training. And yeah, so I'm gonna go sterilize these and we will get started. And I guess the first test will be how it feels when I go for a run. Change my shirt because I'm about to go for a run like I said. They're still a little warm, so I'm gonna wait to stick them up my hoo-ha. Just because I don't want to burn my vagina off, especially not on YouTube, although that would make a great viral video, I bet. I'm gonna go with the low cervix one just because this looks really, I don't know, this just looks a little bit long. So I'm gonna go with the low cervix one for right now. To insert, it says sit on the toilet with your knees apart or squat or stand with one leg raised on the toilet seat. I'm gonna do the Captain Morgan stance. In other words, I'm gonna prop one leg up here on the counter and go that way. I don't really like putting my cup in over the toilet. I don't know why. I just don't. Probably because I'm afraid I'm going to drop it in or near the toilet, and I just think that's ugh. It says use the lid of the Femmy cycle and compress the rim firmly as shown in the figure. So we're going to go like that, compress it firmly. And then it says fold the rim at the notch. Oh, there's a notch. Ooh, okay. I see you. There's a little divot right here. You can't see it, but there's a little divot, and it says to fold it right there. That's kind of cool. I'm a little intrigued. And it says fold it in half with index and thingy. Separate your labia with one hand, just like with any other cup, and slowly insert slowly. This will help it pop open. Push the thing backwards. Stop pushing once the removal ring enters your vagina. It is designed not to open completely. This will create suction to draw the flow into the device. Interesting. Once the Femmy cycle is inserted in the vagina, the rim will open enough to collect your menstrual flow. All right. And it should sit in the lower part of the vagina as a receptacle for the menstrual blood. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this in. Separating with my hand. Ooh, I'm getting a hand cramp. In. All right. Huh. All right, so insertion was pretty easy. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. So I'm a little, as somebody who's used standard cups, well, for the most part, minus that weird Intimina one that gave me cramps, and then the one that had the flow thingy cord, or not cord, but funnel that came outside the vagina. So minus those, for the most part, I've used normal cups. get in there again. This is so weird. It's not, it says in the directions it's not supposed to open completely. So it's not supposed to like completely be, you know, that ball. And it says so that way it like suctions the flow towards and into the cup. For me, that's weird because all my other cups were supposed to pop open fully to form a suction. So it feels a little bit collapsed in my vagina, but I keep fiddling with it and it won't open up anymore. Like it doesn't feel like a ball. It feels like it's collapsed on 1, 2, 3 different sides, but it's not dropping out, it's not moving, it's not budging, and I can't seem to get it to open any more than that. So in my mind, that means it's supposed to be like that, especially because this is not supposed to open all the way. So I'm gonna leave it. I have my period panties on. I'm gonna go for a run. Hope to goodness that this thing does not hurt while I'm running, because that's gonna suck. I might have to call John to come pick me up with the kids if it does. Wouldn't that be a sight to see if I was like removing my cup on the side of the road? Or if I went to somebody's house and was like, excuse me, I need to take my menstrual cup out. Can I use your bathroom? Yeah, it says it's not supposed to open up completely. I don't know how to get it any more open than it already is. I can't feel it. That's the nice, as I can't feel it. Like I said, it's just that awareness of I just put something in there. That's the only feeling I have right now. I just ran about 4.8 miles, not super far, but I was, actively moving for about like, I don't know, 45 minutes. So I was like going. I did not feel the cup whatsoever. I would have totally forgotten that I was on my period. I want to pull this thing out and see what it's like. Like I said, I didn't feel it once, so that could be a good thing or that could be a bad thing. Last time I couldn't feel one once, it like was bleeding all on the outside because it was like squashed. So we will, actually, you know what, I'll pull it out right now. Let's just pull it out right now. Right now. All right. So no blood in my period panties, but that's not really saying much because like I said, I'm very lightly bleeding. Let's see if I can reach the cup. Okay, so the cup definitely moved. The bottom little loopy thing moved to the right. So it used to be like, here's my vagina opening, vaginal opening, and it used to be like dead set in the center right here, laying nicely, but now the bottom of it is actually over here towards this side of my wall. And that's kind of a fear I have about this cup because it is such a bell shape. I'm not gonna lie, I have a slight fear that it's going to flip on its side or upside down just because it is such a round shape. So I'm not gonna lie, I do fear that, but oh my gosh. So, okay. So this is probably one of the lesser attractive cup fillings that I've showed you guys, because like I said, I'm right at the beginning. Like, I've never caught my period this early before for one of these videos, so you guys have never seen this part of my period. But as you can see, there's a lot of mucusy, just gunky stuff. There's a little bit on the outside over here, but there is blood. It's very snotty. It's not even moving. Like, it's very slowly moving on the cup, as you can see. It worked, and it didn't get lost up there, and it didn't hurt, and it wasn't uncomfortable. Okay, so it's almost 11 o'clock at night. I've had this thing in me since, what did it say, like 4 something? Yeah, is that when I checked in last? I don't know. Sorry, I have to pee so bad right now. I'm gonna pee real quick, and then I will show you guys what I got down there. All right, so the good news is that there was no real like leaking in my underwear. There's just that little like dischargey spot. I don't know. It's dried though. So that means that was probably just leftover stuff from when I took my shower, and I don't know, you know, in between pulling it out and putting it back in. I will say that this is the easiest or most comfortable cup that I've had in while peeing. In other words, when I peed, I didn't feel like I could feel it at all. I didn't feel like it was coming down when I was, you know, pushing the urine out, nothing like that. A lot of the other cups, I'm more aware of them being there when I'm peeing, just because you're making that motion of, you know, pushing, and then you can kind of just feel them or sense them there, and then sometimes they kind of push down and you have to push back up. So I didn't have any of that issue with this cup, which was kind of nice, and there was no blood on my toilet paper. So let's pull this out. Oh no, my battery's about to die. So once again, the little hook thing is not in the same position as it was before. Oh, this one's way more suctioned than last time. I really like the hook design. I can just kind of pull it out, which is really nice. Like, I can just hook my finger in and pull it out. Ooh, that was a lot of suction. So this is such an odd cup. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit paranoid because my I'm a little bit paranoid because my camera is blinking at me. This is what it caught. It's pretty clean all around the outside of the cup, and yeah, so it works. It definitely works. I don't know if I showed you guys how to clean it last time. You just stick your finger in here and then you pull this up and then it dumps out nicely like that, and then you can just do that again, and this is just like a leak-proof way of, yeah, see, nothing's coming out. Good morning. So it is the morning. I slept pretty well, considering I usually have really bad insomnia during my period. I'm gonna pull up my cup and see what's going on there. I slept perfectly fine in regards to the cup though. Like, I didn't feel anything funny, nothing like that. There's just a little bit of something in my period panties. But again, that could just be excess stuff in the wall of my vagina when I put it in and pulled it out. It'll be interesting to see, like I said, where the cup is. Ooh, it's way up there. Okay, so the cup is way up there. This is a very awkward position to be in, especially in front of the camera. I gotta squat down. Okay, so note to self, I think I'm going to use the bigger cup when I'm sleeping because it like voyaged up high into my vagina. I mean, I could still get it though. So here's the blood that it caught. It's clean around the rim. Like, it's clean. I don't understand this cup, people. I don't understand it. And the reason why I don't understand it is because it is so collapsed when it's in my vagina. Like, it's so collapsed that it's like, how is it even catching anything? You know, like the biggest thing when it comes to normal cups is like, oh, make sure it's completely open. Swipe your finger around the rim, turn it so that it opens. This thing's never open when it's been up there so far. And it says it's not supposed to be completely open, but it feels like it's just like smushed, and it like is fine, and it caught all of this blood. I feel like I can do this because it's a no spill cup. Look at that. Wah! Okay, that's probably inappropriate for this video. I'm probably taking the whole like TMI thing a little bit too far at this point. So, okay. I am very confused by this cup. I like it. I'm comfortable. It obviously caught everything. It was very dummy proof to put in. The only thing I would be concerned about, like I said, like, because when I grabbed it this time, it was literally sitting, like the handle was sitting like really far up and back. So I had to like literally take my finger like this, grab it and turn it and then pull it out. But again, it's weird because it still caught all the blood. This thing did not leak at all. So I don't understand. I'm probably going to wash this, and since my cervix feels quite high, I'm gonna call her Big Bertha. I'm gonna try out Big Bertha and see how she fares. Look at how big that handle is compared to this little shorty one. I, again, really like this because if this little hook thing wouldn't have been there for me to like grab onto with my finger, that cup would have been a lot harder to get out right now because that thing was really far up there. Like, I stuck my finger up there and I was like, where did it go? And that's never a good sign. So I just went back to the bathroom. We're gonna put Big Bertha in. We're gonna try to stick this up there. Gotta put my leg up. So I noticed that with this, it's very dummy proof, which I like. All you have to do is just get the rim part in past like your, like that little bone or that harder part in your vagina, and once it starts going in, you just let go with your fingers and just push it in, and then it just opens up. And like I said, it's supposed to be collapsed, so that's all you do. That's all you do. I like to just pull down a little bit on the handle just to make sure it's sitting lower, and then that's it. So I'm just making sure the handle's out. So this is actually a pretty easy cup to put in, and honestly, the higher cervix one feels really good. I thought it would be really like, I thought the handle would stick out because it looks so long, but I can't feel it at all. So this is so strange, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on right now. It's like weird beeping coming from outside. It's almost 6 o'clock. Like I said, I have Big Bertha in right now. So it's been about 7-8 hours since I had the cup in, since I've emptied it. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I have adult overalls on right now, which is a really big pain when you're doing videos like this, but I have to pee really bad. So I'm gonna pee real quick, and then I'll show you the cup. Alright guys, so I have not had any like leaking in regards to like active bleeding in my period panties. When I wiped after I peed, I didn't have any blood on the toilet paper, which is new for me with cups. Usually there's like just a little bit or something from that pushing of the pee down. I didn't have any of that. I didn't feel the cup at all today. I don't feel it pressing anywhere. I don't feel it hanging out, even though it is longer and bigger than the other one. That, you know, that ring at the bottom of it really freaked me out. It looked huge, and I really thought it was gonna make me feel like I could feel it, you know, like the Diva cup and all those others, but honestly it feels fine. I'm really interested in seeing where the ring is. Okay, so the ring is there. It's easy to get to. It's definitely a lot higher up than it was earlier today. Like, because it's collapsed, the cup moves. The ring was actually suctioned up more into the cup, so I had to feel around for it. Obviously it didn't take that long. But I like that I can just loop my finger through it and just slowly pull it out. Let's see. It's very easy to pull out. This cup is like totally confusing me, guys. Like, it's completely, I mean, other than a little bit of like gunky discharge or whatever that's just from my vaginal wall, it's like, it's clean on the outside. So this would be like normal bleeding amount. I say normal in quotation marks because, you know, as all those newspapers and women's articles want to say, you know, we bleed a tablespoon or a teaspoon a day or something like that. And I keep using quotation marks because I know for a fact I never ever bled that little growing up until I started taking Endovan, and until I started using all natural products and all of that. Like, I never bled that much with endometriosis. I never bled that little. Like, with my endometriosis, I was just always bled a crap ton. Like, I just actually was hanging out with my mom today, and she was asking me if I was reviewing a new cup. Yes, my parents and whole entire family know that I show my blood to the internet, guys. I'm not ashamed. My mom and dad are not ashamed. They've actually told people about my videos, so don't worry about that front. But I was talking to my mom, and, you know, we were talking about how if I would have had these products when I was in high school, how much money it would have saved her and my dad, and how much easier it would have been for me in sports and life in general, because she remembers the days when I would soak like super duper diaper pads and have 2 tampons in at the same time. Like, I was bad, guys. Like, it was bad, you know. So what was I saying? Like I was saying, this would be normal bleeding amount. So this is like, this is what I would call a moderate flow for me. I've had heavier in the last year, but this would be probably more of a average flow for normal people. See, again, I don't know what normal is, but this is what periods are supposed to look like according to doctors and all of that. You're supposed to have like a teaspoon a day or a tablespoon a day, something ridiculous. So anyways, my point is that that's what this blood is as I keep shaking it around. It kind of looks like a little drink, doesn't it? I mean, I'm not going to drink this. That was disgusting. Sorry. I'm tired. My husband's been gone. I'm just tired. So anyways, I'm going to rinse this out and I'm going to put it back in. But yeah, I did not feel it. It caught everything. I can't believe that. I would never do this motion with a regular cup because I would be afraid it would spill or splash. This is absolutely not going anywhere. This is a nice cup, and I think I actually do prefer the higher cervix one. I think this one's just a little bit too small for me. It works, but it's just a little bit too small. So for my own comfort, this actually works really well. It holds more blood anyway, so I can be confident that I won't ever overflow it, even though, you know, I don't think I ever will, because like I said, my periods are so much better. Thank you, All Natural Products and Endovan, once again, shameless plug, even though I'm not getting paid by anybody for these products, for these videos. But yeah, I really, this thing works, and I am gonna say as of right now that so far this is my favorite product, and I don't understand why it works so well. All of my 1 year of experience has taught me that you can't put a cup up there without it open all the way, but this is just like mind-boggling. 151. I've had this thing in me for quite some time, since I last checked in, which is around, what, 6? So it's been like 6 or 7 hours. Sorry, I've had a face mask on. I'm still waiting for it to dry, but I really want to go to bed. So pull out the cup, show you what it looks like. I have a feeling I know exactly what it's going to look like. I haven't felt it at all. I've been cleaning my office, the house, hanging out with the kids. Haven't noticed it whatsoever. So let's pull it out. There's just a little bit of spotting in my underwear, like I said, just like some dischargey stuff. This could be a drinking game. How many times does Kelly say discharge in one period video? But that's what we're all here to see, right? Ooh, so the ring is actually in the place that I last felt it, so that's kind of nice. Came out nice and easy. This is a really weird position to be in on camera. With the face mask on nonetheless. So about the same thing. We have same exact amount of blood, caught it all. There is some clotting, lots of clotting actually in there. It entered in perfectly fine. The outside's pretty clean, minus some snotty discharge on the outside from my vaginal wall on that side, but it's clean. And it's a little bit fitting that my face mask is red right now and a little bit disturbing at the same time. So as you guys saw, I didn't actually film every single day of my period. I kind of feel like that's getting repetitive. I feel like 1 or 2 days using the cup and showing you guys should be enough for me to be able to give you a honest review of what I think about the cup and for you guys to see kind of what the experience of the cup is. I right now am just wearing my period panties. I am on day 5 of my period. This is a longer period for me. Like I mentioned in all my videos, my periods are always different. They're never the same. The only thing I can rely on is the fact that they usually start exactly at the same time every single month. I'm lightly bleeding and I stopped using the cup, I want to say a day or 2 ago, just because again, I do like to give my vagina a break. If I am not heavily bleeding, if there's no really reason for me to have a cup in and I can just kind of free bleed into a pair of underwear, I will, because it's just more comfortable. And even though menstrual cups are the healthier choice to using tampons, they still are not the healthiest choice in regards to bleeding, because honestly the healthiest thing would be not to put anything in your body. If you saw the clips, you already know how I feel about this cup, but if you didn't, I love these cups. These cups are different than any cup I've ever tried, and it's not just because of the look of them and the fact that they have this no spill, like funnel-y type, you know, thing. It's because even putting them in is, I had to rethink and relearn how to put a cup in when it came to these cups. Most cups are more of a cone shape or a bell shape. This is more of a bulbous bowl shape, and it's supposed to sit lower in your vagina than an actual cup. And it's not supposed to open all the way. It specifically says that in the directions. It's not supposed to open all the way in your vagina, which for me was really hard to like, it was a hard thing to understand, because all the other cups that I've used, they beat it into your head. Make sure that the seal is there, make sure that your cup is fully open and your rim is there, use your finger to wipe it around, turn it, like make sure it's completely open. That's what's been beaten into my head and ingrained in my brain when it comes to using cups. Well, these, all of that goes out the window. With these, you have to close it like this, and then there's a little divot right here in this part of the lid where you fold it, and then you insert it like this. And then once you put it in, the second it gets past your opening, you let it go, and then this part opens, but mine actually sat more like this, and it was like concaved like this in my vagina the entire time it was in there. And the idea behind that is because it doesn't have any holes around the top like the other regular cups do, and they say that's to help open up the thing. Well, this isn't supposed to open all the way. Because it doesn't have that, the way that it's shaped down here and the way that you put it in, it's kind of making its own suction, and that suction is drawing in the blood. The suction that this is creating is not suctioning it up there, but it's actually just suctioning all of the blood into the cup. Now that was a foreign concept for me. I didn't understand it. Everything I knew about menstrual cups was that it kind of suctioned up there underneath your cervix, and that's how it caught all of this. This is saying that this, the cup itself, is actually pulling the blood into it. I didn't believe it at all until, if you saw those clips, I pulled it out, and every single time, sure enough, the blood was in the cup. It was fairly clean on the outside, minus what was probably on my vaginal wall when I inserted it and pulled it out, but it was clean. I had the least amount of leaking with this cup over all of my cups. That's including my lunette and my scoon that I absolutely adore. And it was extremely comfortable. I thought this big ring thing right here would cause issues, because with that Diva cup I had to clip the little handle or hook or whatever it was off because I could feel it. I could not feel this cup in me at all. I did use the lower cervix one the first day, as some of you may have seen if you watch those clips, and this kind of scared me because it was a little bit too small. It disappeared after the first night up there, and because I was worried about that, I did move to the bigger one. This one scared me though. I'm like, there's no way that's gonna fit in my vagina. I'm not that huge down there. It fit, and it fit comfortably. You know, the size and width of it is a little bit scary. You're like, oh my gosh, that's not gonna fit up there. I can't be that big, you know, whatever. But because it's not supposed to open all the way, it is just concaved, and your vagina just kind of fits around it. You know, if you've ever felt up there, which I highly suggest you do because it's your body, and like I mentioned in other videos when I stepped up on my soapbox, I really do feel like every woman should explore their own body and know their own body parts. It wasn't until I started doing that that I became more comfortable in my skin and just being a woman in general. You know, I was so afraid of my own body growing up, and it's just silly. It's absolutely silly because it's just silly. You know, women are expected when they grow up to have babies and to share their bodies with a, you know, their spouse or partner or whatever, but we're not supposed to like share it with ourselves. It's so weird. It's a weird concept. But yeah, I highly suggest you feel up in there, explore a little bit, take a mirror down there, like figure out what's going on down there. I suggest it. But if you've ever felt up there, you will feel that your vaginal walls are soft and they're kind of not moldable, but they're soft. And so what happens is that this cup fills in to what crevice you are, and that's why it doesn't fully open. And because it does that in the shape it is and whatever weird magical wizardry is happening, it sucks the blood in, and that's where the blood goes. There were numerous times after I'd pull the cup out after sleeping that my cup would be, say, here's the front of my vagina up here and here's my butt. It would be like this, and then this little hook thing would be squished up. So it would totally be like cockeyed in there. Sorry. It would totally be crooked in there, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is gonna be leaking everywhere. And I'd hook my finger in and pull it out, and all the blood was still in here. Sometimes it would be this way, sometimes it'd be that way. You know, sometimes it would feel like it looked like this in my vagina, even though it probably didn't, but it would still come out with the blood in it. I don't understand it still. I mean, I get what they're trying to say, but it just, to me, as a cup user for the last year with other regular traditional cups, it still makes no sense to me, but it works. So I really, really liked these a lot. I really, really did. They worked very, very well for me. I probably won't use a low cervix one again just because, again, I think it's just a little bit too small. Once it gets all squished up and stuff, it's a little bit harder to get out because the hook is not so easily accessible. This thing, I absolutely loved. It's just like the cup to end all cups, the ring to rule them all. I don't know. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a dork. I loved this cup. I loved everything about it. It worked extremely well. It was extremely comfortable. It was extremely easy to use. If anything, I would say that this is easier to use than normal cups. And I say that because, again, you don't have to worry about it opening completely. Every single struggle I had with regular cups was trying to get that seal right, trying to get that rim open, try to get it in the right position. This thing, you literally just do the fold, you pop it in there. The second this part hits past your, you know, vaginal opening, you start letting it go, and then you just let it sit. I like to tug on this a little bit and kind of do a little bit of this just a few times just to make sure that it's opened a little bit, and then I let it, just leave it there. It's just so simple. I would highly suggest anybody try this. I don't think it's a body specific cup, unlike some cups where I'm like, oh, this is a really soft cup, blah, 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 blah. This, because it's not supposed to open completely, because it sucks the blood in, because there's a different purpose behind it, not purpose, because they both are supposed to collect blood, but because they just work differently, I don't think that this is, like I said, body specific. I think anybody could try this and use it if they get the hang of it. And I love that they have 3 different sizes, so, you know, any age can use it. But yeah, I'm really digging this cup, and I will go ahead and say that I think this is my Goldilocks cup. Yeah, I'll still keep my Scoon around and my Lunette around just in case, you know, you never know what'll happen if my dog gets a hold of it, or maybe a cycle changes where I need something else. Who knows? My body's always different, like I said. I think it's good to have 1 or 2 different cups and a few backups of, you know, period panties or pads that you can rely on from period to period. But yeah, so that is what I think about the Femmy Cycle cup. If you guys like the Femmy Cycle and you've tried it, let me know below. If you have any more period product suggestions, let me know. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a review on the Mr. Kate's or something like that, but until I'm making like baller money here on YouTube, I don't think I can purchase a pair of $100, I think, yoga pants just for a period review that I can't return if I don't like them or I'm not gonna use, or unless they send them to me, which I've not heard from them at all. I don't know where I stand there. But But yeah, I know you guys really want me to try that, but I have to spend the money on those before I can do that, and I'm not sure if I'm at that point where I want to spend that much money on something that I'm not 100% sure of, if that makes sense. So I will think about that though. Maybe there'll be a month where I have some extra money around and I'll be like, oh, I really want to do that. So I'm not saying completely no, but I'm also not saying yes. I do have some other cups though that I want to review as well, so maybe I'll combine like a pad or a panty with that cup next month. We'll see. But yeah, if you have any suggestions of any interesting or new products out there, leave them below. Tag me, like I said, with companies, and hopefully maybe somebody will send me something interesting to try. That's about it for me. As always, thank you so much for watching these videos and finding them interesting and all of that. I hope you guys are doing super well and your periods are becoming more manageable. I love hearing about all of your guys' success stories with cups after you've seen my videos. I think that's just so awesome. I feel really blessed and honored that people would take the time to watch these long ass videos, and especially when they write me and comment and tell me how much they enjoyed them. So thank you. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all the rambling I can do for now about periods. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I post things other than period videos and blood, but a lot of the videos are TMI. I will warn you, I do talk about other weird random stuff, but I do post other videos as well about 2 to 3 times a week here on my channel. So if you'd like to subscribe and join the family, I'd love that. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy period videos, and I will talk to you all in my next video.